of skull. First, we have previously discussed dangerous layer of skull. The fourth layer, that is the loose connective tissue or subaponeurotic layer, is known as the dangerous layer of the skull. We have discussed why. Because it is traversed by the emissary veins. The emissary veins connect the extracranial veins with the intracranial veins, and in case of the infection of skull, this infection is spread to the intracranial dural sinus. Through the emissary veins. These emissary veins act as a channel to spread the infection. Now, the another points, cephalohematoma. Cephalohematoma. This is the condition in which blood is collected. Blood is collected between cranial bone and pericranium layer. The condition is known as the cephalohematoma. This is due to the fracture of the wall of the skull, as a result of which, if meninges rupture and the bones fracture, the blood comes out and it is collected between the bones and the pericranium layer. One point must be clear: the pericranium layer should be intact. Otherwise, blood will collects into the loose connective tissue layer. Loose connective tissue layer. This condition is known as the cephalohematoma. And the same terms, another it is caput succedinum. The caput succedinum, this condition takes place at the time of birth. When the fetal head passes through the birth canal. In this condition, this is the actually collection of fluid. That is the subcutaneous collection of fluid during the birth time, where the fetal head passes through the birth canal. What is the region of this caput succedinum? This is due to the interference with the interference with venous drainage. Of skull. Venous drainage of the skull interfere, as a result of which fluid is collected in the layers of the skull. Now, what is the difference between the caput succedaneum and the cephalohematoma? This is the cephalohematoma and this is the caput succedaneum. In the cephalohematoma, this is the collection of the blood. It is the blood collected. While in the caput succedaneum, it is most commonly it is a collection of the tissue fluid. It is the fluid collection. There is no blood collection in the caput succedaneum. This cephalohematoma, this is basically due to the fracture of the vault of the skull. Vault of the skull, when the fracture, blood comes out and it is stored. And this is discussed, it is at the time of the birth. Time of birth. While passing through the birth canal. Point, this cephalohematoma is limited by the suture lines. Limited by suture lines means it does not cross the sutures, because at the sutures we have discussed the pericranium layer is fused with the endocranium layer by the suture ligament, so it does not cross the suture lines. While in the caput succedaneum, this type of condition is not present. No sutural limit. There is no suture. It heals spontaneously, but it takes time. It takes weeks to months. Weeks to months in the healing. That is the cephalohematoma. While the caput succedaneum spontaneously heals in 1 to 2 days. There is no need of the treatment in the both condition. If the injury is severe in the cephalohematoma, then it is the necessary. Otherwise, it heals spontaneously, minor fracture. While in case of the caput succedaneum, there is no treatment; it heals spontaneously in 1 to 2 days. Now, another condition, applied aspect.